This is Fred Beck from Frederick's Fighting, proudly sponsored by Empire Fights. John, joined in Mark Tibbs' gym today by John, the gentleman Hedges. John, it's good to see you again, mate. How you been?
Yeah, all good, Fred. Yourself?
Yeah, all good, all good. Where'd you get the nickname of gentleman from?
Do you know what? It all started in school, really, Fred. Like, I was always a big kid, not even that tall, just a big lump, like a bit fat and all that. And I was just overly nice, and I didn't really come across as a fighter. So everyone was like, "Oh, this boy's too nice to fight." And they all just said, "You're just such a gentleman." And then, just stuck with it. I think you live up to the name of like some of them big names, like the Killer and all that. You've got to start knocking people out. With a gentleman, people don't expect too much, so you can surprise them a little bit.
You're a nice kid in school. You never got any fights or anything like that?
Nah, secondary school I was a bit of a pest and that, and had a little bit of trouble, but no, not really. No, I was never rude. If there was a fight or kind of thing, I had a fight, but I was never rude. Never rude.
I mean, if there's a fight happening, obviously you're not going to, being a boxer yourself, you're not going to hold back. But it was after you left, sixth form, you just turned professional after that?
No, I'd done my secondary school, then I went to work for 2 years, or 2.5 years, and then that's when I turned pro. When I was working, I was at a good firm, to be fair, Foxley Builders. They sponsored me for a little while afterwards. And after work, I went into training. They paid me for a couple of days a week, so I kept my money up. And then after my debut, I went full time.
That's pretty good. Can you remember? Did that kind of motivate you? You remember working and then being a full-time boxer? Is that a lot nicer now being a full-time boxer?
Fred, mate, work life is not good. Like, it's absolutely shocking. I mean, I'm not moaning about the weather, but English weather's shocking.
Especially when you need to work outside as well.
Exactly. We was construction, so when you're an apprentice, you're not an apprentice, you're a labourer, mate. That is literally your job role. You'll do any of the shit jobs, and that unfortunately was what we were doing. So if the weather was bad, you had a bad day, and it was one of them things. But listen, you got to have them sort of things to get you through the other side and give you a bit of motivation.
Certainly, it's quite nice to look back at those days. Obviously, you got your fight coming up. It's the O2, I believe, isn't it, on the Boatsi Richards card? How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, mate, I'm ready for it. Done another 10 rounds yesterday. Probably another 10 tomorrow down Ipswich, and you're ready to go. But it's a great card, being a light heavyweight, having the two probably best light heavyweights in Britain fight each other, and being on that undercard is important. And I'm taking a step-up fight, do you know what I mean? So the fellow I've been located to box is our current champion, a Czech Republican champion, not long ago boxed John Ryder. So it's going to be a massive step-up for me, and hopefully a time for me to perform.
You just mentioned sparring there. You've been sparring Tommy Fletcher, haven't you? At Norfolk Nightmare, that's right. That's quite a good name. How's that been going?
Oh, mate, me and Tom, we have it, mate. I can't lie to you. If he comps me, I'm comping him. It's a proper competitive sparring.
Do you ever say, "Oh, we'll just go light," and then there's builds and builds?
We say that until one of us takes a shot, and then we're trying to kill each other. But it's always love with Tom, because we've been with each other since the amateur days. We both boxed for England. He was one weight above me, and that's how we've gone into the pros. I'm a light heavyweight. He's a cruiser, still one weight above me. So it's good to get the work in. I got the speed. He's got the power. So together we make a good link.
Do you have body spar? I think I saw a video on Martin's Instagram with body sparring.
Yeah, body sparring is mainly because if we start lumping each other to the head, it gets too much. So we body spar, and we just condition our arms. And the thing is, body sparring is massive, because Tommy is, honestly, I'm saying this now, he's a puncher. So if you can go in there and taking shots on the arms from him, I'll take off any man.
Yeah, certainly. Obviously, I don't need too much of time. I do want to ask you about the fight that happened the past weekend in your weight division, Canelo Alvarez. Did you expect that at all, the result?
I was just talking to ring wraps, and we were just saying the same thing. I think they took it off the Craig Richards performance, what Bivol done, and didn't have a full look in to Bivol's experience. If you look at Bivol's other fights, other than Richards' fights, you'll see how good that man operates at, and even his amateur background, and how schooled he is. And he was so cute with Canelo, and if anything, he didn't get drawn in. His feet work was amazing for a light heavyweight. Everything was balanced. Every time Canelo did try roughing him up, he's, like as I say, balancing a massive thing in light heavyweight boxing. Canelo always catches people off feet, and he knows how to trick them and draw them in, but Bivol held it, and the frame of the man just suited perfect. And I think if there's a rematch, I think Bivol might have his number, I'll be honest with you. Especially at that weight. Don't get me wrong, a weight below, if he has to cut, Canelo comes back, but at that weight, I think it's Bivol's fight every time.
Well, so even the next time in the rematch happens at the end of the year, December, still Bivol's game?
I think so. I think when you've got an experienced amateur like that, I compare Bivol to someone like Usyk in the sense that they're so schooled. They're not got experience, that unbelievable experience. There's nothing they haven't seen. So when they're at their natural fighting weight and they're that big at that weight, that's when they come into play, and their game plan will be obviously 100% better.
Do you learn a lot more watching fighters in your weight class box rather than fighters in the lower weight classes?
Yeah, definitely. In light heavyweights, there's so many. You got Smith in the mix, and that you got the rangy fighter, you got Yard, the puncher, the swinger sort of fighter. You've got Lyndon Arthur, a cracking boxer with a great jab. You've got so many different talented fighters in one stable, and then you've also got Buatsi and Richards. Like, no one fights the same. There's no when you can say that fight there's the clash of styles, because they're all bringing something different to the table, and it's a proper mixed division. But by the time I'm there, I'm hoping a few of them jog on. Do you know what I mean? Have a little retirement in it.
You do secretly want Canelo to stay up there, don't you?
Oh mate, I'd love to. Listen, imagine sitting here 5 years' time and having a fight with him. Do you know what I mean? And cashing out. But nah, listen, I like for Canelo to stay in the light heavyweight division, and it'd be exciting for more British fighters to fight him.
What's that kind of interesting you seeing a fighter like Canelo fight in your weight class? Did you notice any differences between him at 168 and then him at 175?
Yeah, like this. The main thing, Fred, I don't care who you are, you can't jump weight category into world level. Like, it don't matter. I don't care. Like, if you're the best fighter ever. Floyd Mayweather couldn't do it if he wanted to step up. No one would be able to do it, because you can jump weight and fight up a less experienced left level, but you can't jump weight, jump experience, jump level altogether. It's a thing what you can't play with, and you will get found out. And I think that was Canelo's thing. People start believing that he's indestructible, and I think he just got found out that night. But Canelo is still a pound for pound number one in this country, in the world at the minute. I'm not having that. Like, he still is the pound for pound number one.
Still number one.
Still number one in my book, personally. Yeah, because listen, one lose don't define you. He didn't get knocked out. He didn't get absolutely busted. Still a close fight. And yeah, I still, in my opinion, pound for pound.
Certainly. Well, one day you'll be up there, John.
I'm knocking on his door.
That's pretty good. John, where can people find you Instagram, social media wise?
Instagram, John Hedges 1. Twitter, John Hedges _. And then Facebook, John J Hedges. Get on board. Get the support in. Let's have it. 21st of May.
And people buy tickets just by DMing you?
Yeah. DM me. I'm nearly run out. So quicker this video comes out, the bell.
Awesome. Oh, that's great, John.